Well, welcome back everyone to Hope Island Zoo. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. I hope you guys have also checked out the link to the ZSU community. It is in the description down below for all of you guys to join. I am so happy to see so many of you guys starting to join this server, and it is wonderful to have you guys here. But we have a lot of stuff to get into today. This is stuff from a couple weeks ago at this point. So over today, we are going to be talking about our first quote-unquote event. Yeah, so last time we kind of touched upon the auction, which was a really fun event that happens in ZSU, but this one is more so a scripted event, I guess you could kind of say. These happen every so often, and oftentimes will be good, but can possibly be bad sometimes for your zoo. It's going to be really awesome to see, like, all these stories play out. I love reading everyone else's. But for today, we actually have something coming up later. But before we actually get into all that juicy goodness, we're tackling a red fox exhibit. I ordered some red foxes from the store alongside our red ruffed lemurs, and I really wanted to make a beautiful little habitat for them. Nothing too crazy. This is starting to get into a little bit more adequate enclosure space. I would love to get a breeding pair of red foxes soon enough. I believe, what's her name again? Or his name is Bonito. Yes, I love him. He is my little son. You can see a picture of him pop up right here. So he has this beautiful big old habitat over here. And one of the things I really want to do is start integrating some more plastic, kind of like see-through plexiglass, if that makes any sense with our exhibits. So I use those and the European cables to kind of make it feel a little bit more built in there. I want to make sure the guests have a little bit of place to rest their hands if they are looking over the exhibit or something, and a nice room for the foxes to kind of be split up from the rest of the habitat. So you can kind of see that we do have this little planted area back there. That's just so that the foxes don't climb up on that fence back there, because if we do come upon a lost fox, that would be pretty bad. Even though this is an island, they wouldn't be able to get pretty far. So going in the back over here and doing some cheap foliage theming. Again, just your typical bamboo bushes and some ferns, and it all comes out very nicely in the end. I'm not really sure what I'm doing over here, but you can probably guess that, you know, I kind of stopped recording over there for a little bit. I really wanted to get some gravel over here to kind of split up the habitat from the gate, because red foxes, I know that they seem cute. I know that a lot of people may have them as pets, but they are still very dangerous, especially ones in zoos. So it's best to kind of build up that barrier between the animal and the guest as good as you can. And we also give it a burrow. They can't use the burrow, unfortunately. It is pretty sad to say, but I want to include it just to be safe. I really think it would enjoy having that. Maybe sooner down the line we could integrate a female in here, and maybe we could get some cute little fox kits. I don't know, that'd be a really cute thing to have. But going through the rest of the habitat in here, using all the foliage I can to make it feel a little bit more natural. We even use some faux rocks over there, and we dress it up with a lot more different foliage over here, and just making sure everything feels nicely. And also getting my blueprints ready. You guys can probably guess that these are from, I think these are gonna be, I forget who these are from. I think it might be Lucas. I could be entirely mistaken. What I am going to do before the next episode, I will make a memorial wall to all those generous donators of blueprints that have helped us out, so I don't actually forget their names, because when I did that for Riverbend, it helped me remember every single person's name, and that's exactly what I want for this entire thing. But here we go, doing like the rest of the theming and foliage. I know that sign over there, the animal donator sign, that came from Haribo. He's a wonderful creator. You guys may know him from Missoula. He also does the Copenhagen project with Christina and the rest, so that is a really awesome thing to see. And over here we actually have our good little, I forget their actual names, blue-winged teals. So we have a nice pond of these guys over here. So if you guys check what's on the screen right now, that's going to be our little bit of event happening. So the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has been trying to rehome some animals that are not eligible for the wild. Your new zoos have caught their attention and would love to send you some animals for educational purposes. So that's essentially what happened, and both Nick and Woody Woods and I had to kind of collaborate together and see who would get what. So the other ones were gray seals, bald eagles, and whooping cranes. I really wasn't interested in any of these, to be quite honest, but the ducks kind of fit in perfectly over here because we integrate them on the little bit of the dinosaur trail that we do have. And I don't know, it was just a very fun thing to build. So you can see we have a nice gravel lined pool, courtesy to Sib for that. That was a really great idea. And that's pretty much it for the pool. We use some of Sib's European Midnight guardhouses as a way to give them a little bit of bedding and some housing and stuff like that. I think that came out pretty well. And we also do some more fence work, a little bit more infrastructure across the whole park, just to help it feel a lot more contained. This is something that I have been kind of neglecting recently, but I'm happy that I'm finally going back and working on, because I just want to make sure that the guests aren't going places where they're not really supposed to go, as well as keeping some planted areas safe. That's more so what I'm concerned about, to be honest. So we do go over here and we do some saplings and stuff. We make sure everything looks nice and making sure that everything looks nice and pretty. Oh my gosh, yeah. So we do have those acacia saplings over there. Maybe later down the line we can have them grow up to be bigger trees. Who knows? We'll definitely get to that stuff when it actually does become apparent that we need it. But we're just connecting it with the rest of the path over here. And we're also bringing those fences down a little bit further just to give it a little bit more purpose. Make sure that no one's going in that little planted area. And yeah, that's pretty much it for over there. Adding some trees, making that planted area actually planted. That's all I really wanted to do in here, just to make sure it felt nice and cozy. Adding some roses as well. Those are honestly some of my favorite bushes, and I love using them so much. What we also do, we do waypoints. I haven't even really done this officially in Riverbend, so we're finally getting more progress in Riverbend. I never thought that would happen. By the way, Riverbend will be coming back soon. I just need a little bit more inspiration for it. With the wallabies actually out at this point, I think I will have an episode soon of like maybe a wallaby walkthrough or something that Riverbend would totally have. But over here, we kind of do our other main pathway. This is something that I really wanted to do and kind of extend to the other side of the zoo. What you see over there at the end is a little bit of a sneak peek into what I have planned soon. We don't actually have the animals for it just yet, but once we actually do, it's going to be really awesome to see what I throw down over there. I'm so excited to work on that. It's going to be such a fun little build. But going through the rest of here, making sure that all the lore is built out perfectly, and doing a little bit of foliage work as well. And one of the things, speaking of lore, that I wanted to do was integrate something over here. So every single time I would walk by the otter habitat, I would be like, damn, I can't even see these guys. And I could just imagine, like, you know, if you're in a wheelchair and you're trying to look at the otters, you would not be able to see them at all. So that's something I really want to do over here. And you can see me start to integrate it a little bit going forward. You'll see it right there. Yes. So this is essentially a little bit of a step up for everyone else, as well as a little place for wheelchairs to go if they do need to see the otters. Well, if they do need to, I mean, everyone needs to see otters, but of course, if they want to, they could go into that little section right there. It took a little bit to find the right blueprint, but we'll actually put that in our little bit of a dedication soon enough. But I really just wanted to work on this little ramp up. It was a really fun thing to build. I don't know, I was just very happy with how well it came out in the end. It's just these little things that make me so happy. And you guys can actually see the press conference room thing for it pop up right now. When it's actually finished, it came out extremely well. And that's not even the finished look of that. You actually see the finished look in the video that came out before this. That's kind of weird, but all things being said, this was a really fun build. We add our bird safe glass. And that's it for the entire speed build, guys. Thank you so much. If you guys are interested in ZSU, definitely do check out my video from before about everything that you kind of need to know to get started, as well as the link to the server down below. It's going to be really awesome to have all you guys there. But all things being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.